I got fam in Dominica, I got fam in Puerto Rico, I got fam in Jamaica, I got fam in Grenada, I got fam in Uganda. We the real life Wakanda. Good everywhere we go, little sanctuaries, Hotel Rwanda. I got fam in Dominica, I got fam in Puerto Rico, I got fam in Jamaica, I got fam in Grenada, I got fam in Uganda. We the real life Wakanda. Good everywhere we go, little sanctuaries, Hotel Rwanda.
Hey, yeah, my familia is the 12. Hey, yeah, my familia is the 12. Hey, yeah, my familia is the 12. My familia is the 12.
Scattered on slave ships by all of the nations. Confusion of faces around God, the 12 and our Savior. Feeling like a bastard child, nobody looking out. Everything was taken out in central booking now. Give me a passport and I'm ready to blast off at the drop of a dime. Recover the treasures of the Lord, your gold and precious diamonds. I gotta be honest, children of the promise. We're gathering and going beyond.
I got fam in Dominica, I got fam in Puerto Rico, I got fam in Jamaica, I got fam in Grenada, I got fam in Uganda. We the real life Wakanda. Good everywhere we go, little sanctuaries, Hotel Rwanda.
Hey, my familia is the 12. Hey, my familia is the 12. Hey, my familia is the 12. My familia is the 12.
I got family across the water, different fridges, same borders. When we get across them borders, I know fathers, I know mothers, I know sons, I know daughters. Give them light to my fam, just to get them back in order. Cause the nations got us mixed. Damn, you can taste the brothel, give the word, they like bravo. Christ the King, you should follow. Scriptures hit you like a hollow. Nations treat us like a barcode, cause our skin is dark as charcoal. They once moved us on cargo, but now we travel like stars go.
I got fam in Dominica, I got fam in Puerto Rico, I got fam in Jamaica, I got fam in Grenada, I got fam in Uganda. We the real life Wakanda. Good everywhere we go, little sanctuaries, Hotel Rwanda.
Hey, my familia is the 12. Hey, my familia is the 12. Hey, my familia is the 12. My familia is the 12.
They try to put us under. We're as strong as our weakest. They try to put us under. They try to put us under. No longer we intentions be moved to a corner. But we rise to the summit. And we rise like the center. I'm Bobby Boucher. I'm Bobby Boucher. When it comes to that water, I'm Bobby Boucher. I'm Bobby Boucher. When it comes to that water,
like Bobby Boucher, I'm cutting my ways, building up my faith. I'm on my way, walking through them gates, hoping that I get saved. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will I teach you to be moved to a corner. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will I teach you to be moved to a corner.
We the best like Ali, without the shake. Heathens burn at noonday, call it wake and bake. Water rising up, understanding, make you elevate. Water boys with fridges on, drink and hydrate. Young man, endure to the end. Every night I pray. Make sure you stay thirsty for the word. That's what Captain say. Drink this rock, you never thirst again. That's what Jesus say. Make it so you may die in this life and never pass away.
they try to put us under. They try to put us under. No longer we intentions to be moved to a corner. But we rise to the summit. And we rise like the center. I'm Bobby Boucher. I'm Bobby Boucher. When it comes to that water, I'm Bobby Boucher. I'm Bobby Boucher. When it comes to that water,
like Bobby Boucher, I'm cutting my ways, building up my faith. I'm on my way, walking through them gates, hoping that I get saved. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will our teachers be moved to a corner. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will our teachers be moved to a corner.
Yeah, that's that water. Gotta teach it to your sons and your daughters. It can solve all your issues. Look at everything we've been through. We're supposed to be drowning in it, sounding it, happy and smiling when we get it. But we so wise to do evil. You know we a stiff-necked people. We need that water by the word and stop believing what you heard. We need that never thirst again. You need to leave that church that you in. Cause if your pastor was Pinocchio, then his nose would be long as hell. Colossians 3:9. So he need to be going to jail. Creflo steal your dollar. TD, he a snake. Lion, Kermit Thomas. Be poisoning all the jakes. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will your teachers be moved to a corner. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will your teachers be moved to a corner.
They try to put us under. They try to put us under. No longer will your teachers be moved to a corner. But we rise to the summit, and we rise like the sun up. I'm Bobby Boucher. I'm Bobby Boucher. When it comes to that water, I'm Bobby Boucher. I'm Bobby Boucher. When it comes to that water,
like Bobby Boucher, I'm cutting my ways, building up my faith. I'm on my way, walking through them gates, hoping that I get saved. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will our teachers be moved to a corner. They try to put us under, but we rise to the summit. No longer will our teachers be moved to a corner.
Before I left the crib, had to send them to the east. Just did a mission, now I'm headed to a feast. 10 toes down when I'm stumping on the beast. 2 turned up, made some Mars say sheesh. Before I left the crib, had to send them to the east. Just did a mission, now I'm headed to a feast. 10 toes down when I'm stumping on the beast. 2 turned up, made some Mars say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, 2 turned up.
Yeah.
Roof still be shaking like a thunderstorm. You could turn the lights off cause my garment glowing. And I smack a Autobot when I transform. Lit on every Sabbath like somebody left the lights on. Ain't no complaining, I'm with the brothers. I stay moving with some cutters like Freddy, they eat them hunters. I won't put that on my mother, but trust me, these brothers cutting. In the words of Deacon, y'all need bread for some of this butter, it's a feast. Hop out the bed, I've been working all week. Plus I skipped the plantation, I pissed off the Greeks. And I can't feel my face, but I ain't in my seat. We original guys, we put on for OG. I just stepped into a vibe, came alive in a party with some guys. I be sober on this high. From Atlanta down to Texas, then to Ghana with a message. Every feast they like a blessing, every feast they like a blessing. Let's go. Before I left the crib, had to send them to the east. Just did a mission, now I'm headed to a feast. 10 toes down when I'm stumping on the beast. 2 turned up, made some March say sheesh. Before I left the crib, had to send them to the east. Just did a mission, now I'm headed to a feast. 10 toes down when I'm stumping on the beast. 2 turned up, made some March say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh.
Okay.
2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, 2 turned up.
I move like I'm turned up every day, especially on the new moons and feast days. Ain't no time for the gossip and murmur and hate. No. If you ain't about the Father's business, then move out the way. You in the midst of them soldiers who stay down to ride, who be dwelling in tents until it's wartime, who be lining up scripts line upon line. Stand bold and stop traffic like a stop sign. Oh yeah, we bout that, but you already know though, that's for sure though. We bout that, ain't worried about you healing, you a doormat. Now fall back, we living by the Spirit, rejoicing in our repentance, trying to turn up as you with it. My friend just hang, swing, hit the flow. Swing left and swing right, bend your knees slow. My friend just swing, hang, hit the flow. We put on for the kingdom, let's go, let's go.
Before I left the crib, had to send them to the east. Just did a mission, now I'm headed to a feast. 10 toes down when I'm stumping on the beast. 2 turned up, made some March say sheesh. Before I left the crib, had to send them to the east. Just did a mission, now I'm headed to a feast. 10 toes down when I'm stumping on the beast. 2 turned up, made some March say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, make the heaven say sheesh. 2 turned up, 2 turned up. Yeah, bro, so hell no. We don't be running around the damn church praise dancing like the so-called Christians be doing there, bro. Nah, that ain't real. That ain't biblical. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you.
So, hey, don't be worrying.
Yeah. Gotta be cool. Why like a serpent? They can't watch my moves. I be on all the things that they can't do. I be trying every day. Easy be all on me, get out my face. Yeah. I gotta be cool. Why like a serpent, man? That's how I move. Yeah. They be on my back like, can I move?
Can I move?
Look, that's how I move.
Take your time and get the breakdown. Every doctrine, every lesson got a precept. What you waiting on? You need a damsel in distress to put your cape on. Need me to spot you some change to use the payphone. Only the elect is called. This is a collective call. I need you to correct me when I'm going off. See everything and write it. Picking up the pen and let the Holy Spirit guide it. Israel, what I'm scribing. Wolf in sheep clothing got you tidy. Pressure bust pipes to make diamonds. We in Sierra Leone, call it perfect timing. Wise as a serpent and ferocious as a lion. Still gotta be cool.
Why like a serpent, they can't watch my moves. I be on all the things that they can't do. I be trying every day. Easy be all on me, get out my face. I gotta be cool. Why like a serpent, man, that's how I move. They be on my back like, can I move?
Yeah.
Look, that's how I move.
This is how I move. Fringes on my garment, Israel on my name tag, me and my Bible play tag. Truth gon' make that smile sad. You a dog in God's eyes, slavery gon' make that tail wag. They think they in control like crash dummies, no airbags. Swing low, sweet chariots, damn, now I got jet lag. Mock at your calamity like music to my ears. Call this track, yo, agony. Israel united in Christ, Prophet Academy. Fake friends make fake bonds. Serpents crawling like napalm. Nothing to a snake killer, cause I stay calm like James Bond. Giving out laws like hotcakes, blowing your face like mail bombs. All teeth but a smile fake.
Gotta be cool. Why like a serpent, they can't watch my moves. I be on all the things that they can't do. I been trying every day. He just be all on me, get out my face. Whoa, I gotta be cool. Why like a serpent, man, that's how I move. They be on my back like, can I move? Oh, yeah. Look, that's how I move.
I gotta be cautious, the world lawless. See, they want Rovers and Porsches, I want the Starship. Caesar boy running them up, he in my target. We on the block, making it hot, fire department. Honking, oh you can shake like it's Harlem. Them garments like jerseys, my jewel is set ballin'. The court we on highways and hedges giving the message. This gospel gon' bubble, my jewel, the effervescence. Put God first, we gon' stand for the law. We had manacles on, now tabernacle and John. Ooh, my home the flesh, no attacking the gods. This vernacular odds, the chosen people of God.
Gotta be cool. Why like a serpent, they can't watch my moves. I be on all the things that they can't do. I been trying every day. He just be all on me, get out my face. Whoa, I gotta be cool. Why like a serpent, man, that's how I move. They be on my back like, can I move? Look, that's how I move.
Hey, shout out to all you heretics out there, man. Same old spitters. Yeah, one time for you heretics. One time for you dumbass. Two times for you brothers that ain't doing shit. No, you just clickbait. Yeah. No, this ain't a diss tape or some truth tape on a mixtape. Keep the laws, but you still hate. One time for you heretics. One time. Two times for you brothers that ain't doing shit. Come on, you just clickbait. Yeah. Nah, this ain't a diss tape or some truth tape on a mixtape. Keep the laws, but you still hate.
Murderers, brothers got hate in they heart. Should've known that you were fake from the start. Causing divisions, then you will be marked. Try to get even, now we just at odds. Peeping the way how you move from afar. Not playing space, but we pulling your card. Children of God and we keeping the charge. This is the reason we gotta go hard. One time for you hating spigots. Two times for you lazy spigots. Alert rest on these snake spigots. Eyes up on these fake spigots. Out that work where y'all play. Wages of sin, twice you gon' pay. Prophets don't have time to take breaks. Stacking up bricks to walk through those gates. Avoiding all these foolish questions. Keep hating, but we got the blessing. Peaceful mind while you still stressing. Dropping knowledge and you still wrestling. No love for another, that's killing your brother. You say that you keeping the laws. I know there be heretics. This is
Shalom. Most High Christ bless. Turn the mic up, please. All praise to the Most High. You tuned into the Natives Hour, home of the 10 tribes. Okay, again to my right, Officer Uriel. All praise. Shalom. Welcome back. Shalom. Hey, what's that? So welcome back. Hey, you're not Judah. Hey, you're not Levi, bro. That's some Judite stuff right there.
Nah, I'm Levi. Y'all don't listen to that.
Oh, so you're Levi now. How you leave out now?
Hey, anyway, what we got today, Cap? I think you got a good lineup.
Yeah, we do. And we're going to jump right back into it. Last week, for those that, tuned in last week, we went over the brother bringing out
heavy
so-called Native American history.
Heavy content.
And we're going to go back into it because he going to bring out some heavy stuff. So we're going to jump right in it. We're going to jump right in it.
Bring it out.
Go ahead and play it. We're going to jump right into it.
People, and it's gone on far too long.
For those that don't know, God don't call you Native American.
Right.
God don't call you Indian. God don't call you Hispanic. God calls you Israel for those that don't know.
That's right.
Those that may be their first time listening and hearing.
Right. Yep.
God don't call you those things. God calls you Israel.
Right.
Right? So
That's
stay
right.
tuned. You're going to learn a little bit more about yourself. Go ahead, play it.
First of all, just a side note, you should never give the mic first to a native. You have color people time, we have Navajo time, native time. You ain't seen nothing yet. Before we start, I want to just ask if there's anyone in the room here who is from the Piscataway or the Haudenosaunee tribes. Okay? I ask because it's the Piscataway who were ethnically cleansed from this land. They were the ones who lived here. They were the ones who hunted and fished here. They lived along the Potomac. And they, along with the Haudenosaunee, were the ones who were ethnically removed from this area so that the nation's capital could be built and so that white settlement could move in. And so I would just like everyone to give a round of applause for the Piscataway and the Haudenosaunee because of it's important that we acknowledge the people who have stewarded this land. It's important that we acknowledge that these lands were not discovered. In my presentation here, which I will do my best to keep to 3 minutes, I want to help you understand what it feels like from a systemic racism standpoint to be Native in the United States, especially around the celebration of holidays. We'll start simple. Columbus Day. Okay? It's quite obvious to anyone that you cannot discover lands already inhabited. If you don't believe me, leave your cell phones, your car keys, your wallets out. I'll come by and discover them for you. Clearly, this is not discovery. This is stealing. This is colonizing. This is conquering. And yet we have a statue just a few miles away from here honoring Columbus as the discoverer of America. This is a problem for Native peoples. Second, another holiday. Well, you'll remember about 3 years ago, we had a dialogue about the appropriateness of the Confederate flag. It was actually taken off of a Capitol building by an activist. This was in the spring of 2015. And I watched this with great interest because this was a good conversation. We had to have this. We needed to discuss this. But then I was really intrigued because just a few weeks after this dialogue died down, everyone took the day off. They bought their hot dogs, they bought their fireworks, and they went out to celebrate another piece of systemic racism within our country, which is the Declaration of Independence. You may not know this, but 30 lines after the sentence, all men are created equal, the Declaration of Independence refers to natives as merciless Indian savages. Making it very clear, the only reason our founding fathers used this inclusive term, all men, is because they had a very narrow definition of who was actually human. Now that brings us to today, President's Day, Abraham Lincoln's birthday. I'm going to say some history many of you may know. I know I will present some that none of you have never heard of before. In 1858, President Lincoln, in his first debate with Stephen Douglas, he said there was a physical difference between the white and the black man, which will never allow them to be on equal footing. I have no intention to make voters or jurors of Negroes, nor to allow them to vote, nor to allow them to intermarry with us. And as long as there must be a position of superior and inferior, I believe the race to which I belong will always be the superior race. President Lincoln said the same thing almost verbatim in the fourth debate with Stephen Douglas. In his inauguration, he said, I have no intention to free the slaves, for slavery already exists. And if you want to know how I feel about the races and black people, go back and read what I've said before. And then he quoted himself from the first debate. In 1862, when Horace Greeley called for the immediate emancipation of the slaves, Abraham Lincoln said, my primary objective in this struggle is not to save or destroy slavery. It is to preserve the Union. If I could save the Union without freeing a single slave, I would do it. If I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. If I could save it by freeing some and leaving others alone, I would also do that. That quote is hanging at the Lincoln Memorial stating for anyone who comes in, according to Abraham Lincoln, black lives don't matter. Now you all know that when he emancipated the slaves, he didn't free all of them. Now, what you may not know is that Abraham Lincoln used the pretext of the Civil War to further the campaigns against the Indian people. December 26th of 1862, President Abraham Lincoln ordered the largest mass execution in the history of our nation with the hanging of the Dakota 38.
Hey, pause real quick. Stuff like this, you ain't gonna learn in school.
Right.
You're not gonna learn this on any social group, any sports illustrated magazine, any television show. You're not gonna learn this stuff. You're not gonna learn this stuff. What the brother's saying is that everything that they told us represented good,
right,
actually was a representation of evil. They told us Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves.
Right.
And
he was for the slaves.
And he was for the slaves.
Right.
But Abraham Lincoln actually owned slaves.
Right. And out of his own mouth, he said, I will not make these slaves jurors or voters.
Basically,
he didn't want to.
Right. Basically, what Abraham Lincoln said is that it's no way on God green earth will these niggas be equivalent to us white folks.
Right.
It's impossible.
Yep. And they all felt the same.
And they all felt the same way. It's no way that these Indian savages will be equivalent to us white folks.
Right.
This is what your greatest president, what they say Abraham Lincoln was the greatest president.
Right.
Because he freed the slaves.
It was the founding fathers.
Right. The founding fathers. But he actually was a representation of evil. Yeah. Go to Obadiah real quick. Go to Obadiah. For real. Where's what it says in every last one of them? You know what I'm talking about? Is that Obadiah?
No, that's Psalms.
No, it's not Psalms. What is it? Let's go to Obadiah.
Inward thought, every one of them?
No. Hold up. Read verse 1.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord God concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom. Edom is the white man today. God calls you Edom, Esau, Idumea. Right. Jump down to verse 2.
Verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Go ahead.
Thou art greatly despised.
Thou art greatly despised. Read.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
This man is very prideful. Prideful. Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
That should tell you it's talking about the Caucasus Mountains of Russia.
You gotta get it.
The Caucasian. Hey, they tell you they are Caucasian.
Right.
God said they come from the clefts of the rocks. Read.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Go ahead.
Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Setting nest among the stars. We're seeing that now. Space Force.
Right.
Read on.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Read that part again.
Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
All of the atrocities, you got to imagine, right? All the atrocities that this man has done to God's people, 80% of it is hidden.
Right.
80 to 90% of it is hidden.
Damn, yeah.
We only knowing about 5%, 7% of what they really have done to us, bro.
Amazing.
That's all we know.
Right.
80% of the atrocities that the white man has done to God's people is covered up.
Damn, that's
only God knows.
Right.
That's what the Lord say, I'm going to bring you down. I'm going to get you. Because my people, they really don't know what you have done. They really don't know the deepness of your thoughts.
Right.
They don't know how far back the history go. They don't know how generationally you have raped, murdered, colonized my people.
Right.
Through generations after generations after generations. My people don't know. But I know. That's why the Lord said he's going to do what?
Thence will I bring thee down.
God said he's going to bring you down. He's going to bring you down. All right? You got something?
No, what I was going to say was, because when you go to Psalms real quick, right? Bring out Psalms real quick. Psalms 50 and verse 21. Because what you're saying is you're absolutely right. We don't know the depths of the wickedness of Esau, and we just know the surface, So we don't know the deep craftiness of what they have done until we examine the scriptures, and the Most High gonna bring it out. Psalms 50 and verse 21, real quick.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
See, God said these things that they have done, and He has kept silence. So even the things that we don't know about, the things that they have done in the background, in the covert of the darkness. Read on.
Though thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself.
Because the Most High God ain't do nothing to him yet. Read.
But I will reprove thee.
Read.
And set them in order before thine eyes.
The Most High God said He gonna correct them. He gonna correct them, which bring us back to Obadiah. Which say, who shall we say the habitation is high, and who shall bring me down to the ground? They proud. The Most High gonna bring them down. He gonna correct them. He gonna show them all the stuff y'all been doing in the background, in the shadows. It's gonna be brought to light, and y'all gonna be brought down.
Hey, and then He said He gonna set us in order.
Right.
He gonna set us, and that's what the Lord is doing. The Lord is setting His children, His sons, and His daughters in order. Yep. Right in the midst of Esau coming down.
All praises to the Most High.
Go back to the video.
For real.
In 1864, a U.S. Army under the command of Commander-in-Chief Abraham Lincoln came across Cheyenne and Arapaho men, women, and children, 200 of them encamped over a hillside in Colorado. They were waving a white flag of surrender and an American flag, and they ordered all of them slaughtered. It was later reported that the soldiers paraded their genitalia down the streets of Denver. In 1861, they stepped up their campaigns against the Navajo and the Pueblo in New Mexico. In August of 1863, a general of the U.S. Army gave this order to one of the soldiers. He said, henceforth, every Navajo male is to be killed or taken prisoner on sight. Say to them, go to the Bosque Redondo, or we will pursue you and destroy you. We will not make peace with you or any other terms. This war shall be pursued until you cease to exist or move. There can be no talk on the subject. And then they rounded up over 8,000 Navajo men, women, and children and marched us down to Bosque Redondo in what is known as the Long Walk. I want to say this. As a Navajo man, I find many of the holidays celebrated by the United States of America lamentable. 4th of July, Columbus Day, Thanksgiving. But President's Day, the fact that as a nation we celebrate Abraham Lincoln's birthday and have whitewashed the exploits of a racist, genocidal, ethnic cleansing president like Abraham Lincoln is ethically, politically, socially, and morally reprehensible. Thank you very much.
And it's gone on far too long, and we won't be silent.
Yeah, so the brother said us celebrating a president's birthday,
right,
that have done the atrocities to the so-called Native Americans and the black man as well.
Yep.
That basically saying you got to be stupid.
For real.
You got to be stupid. It's like celebrating the birthday of Hitler.
Right, right.
It's like celebrating Hitler's birthday.
Dang, so when you put it like that, it should enlighten the eyes.
Yeah, it's like celebrating Hitler's birthday.
Right.
Everybody say, as soon as you say the word Hitler,
right,
oh my God. Now we say, let's all celebrate Hitler's birthday. Right. We'll be thrown in jail. They'll probably kill our ass. We'll be thrown in jail.
What?
You anti-Semitic. You don't like you don't like the Jewish people. You don't like Israel.
It's heresy.
Hey, give me Deuteronomy 28. Give me Deuteronomy 28, man. It's time to wake up.
It's funny because he basically put 4th of July, President's Day, Thanksgiving, all of those in the same boat.
It's all in the same boat.
Right.
All of them. Every last one of them. If President's Day represented a man who slaughtered God's people, you best believe Thanksgiving represents the same thing. 4th of July represents the same thing. Give us some more. Christmas represents the same thing
no
because they
difference.
was giving us as gifts.
Right.
And you read that in Revelations.
Yep.
They was giving us as gifts on Christmas Day.
Yep. To be made merry.
It all represents the same thing. All comes back to the damn devil.
Yep.
That's what all comes back to. Hey, hold that. Give me Jeremiah. Give me the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30. It all comes right back to somebody being the damn devil. Let me see. Jeremiah 30 and verse 14.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 14.
Bring it out.
All thy lovers have forgotten thee. They seek thee not. For I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy, with the chastisement of a cruel one. For the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased.
Our sins are increased. Watch this.
Why criest thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable. For the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased. I have done these things unto thee.
Watch this.
Therefore, all they that devour thee.
All they that devour thee. That's talking about slavery.
Right.
That's talking about slave ships. That's talking about Ponce de Leon, Christopher Columbus, Abraham Lincoln, Andrew Jackson. That's talking about all the boarding schools. All the atrocity that happened to the so-called Native American Indians, to the so-called Hispanics. All of thee that devour, read.
Therefore, all they that devour thee.
All they that put you through persecution, unspeakable persecution.
Right.
Unspeakable atrocities. Things that you can't even speak on.
Things that haven't been made aware of at all.
Right. Things that have been so done, things that were so disgusting, horribly wrong,
right,
that they had to cover it up today in 2021. Damn. They had to cover it up because they know that at this time and age, this is the time where Israel gonna wake the hell up. So they say, you know what?
Right.
We can't tell them what we did to them. We can't have this stuff in the books because they read this, that it's gonna lead them right to God. It's gonna lead them to their nationality being awakened now.
Right.
Which means it's gonna lead us to our destruction. Israel's awakening is Esau's destruction. Read.
That's right.
Therefore, all they that devour thee.
All they that devour thee.
Shall be devoured.
God says they're gonna be devoured. They gonna be devoured. The Lord gonna, you know I said the Lord got their card.
Got their number.
Got their number. Yep. The Lord gonna pull their card. Read.
And all thine adversaries.
All thine enemies. Adversaries means enemies. All thine enemies. Read.
Every one of them shall.
Every what?
Every one of them.
Every single one of them. That's the white man. That's the China man. That's the Japanese man. That's your Arab man. Yep. That's your Russian man. That's your East India. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. That's his because he hate. Hey, we forget they hate our guts.
Right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. They hate our guts.
For real.
For real though.
They set up these corner stores and selling us this crap poison to our
people. They don't even eat. They hate our guts.
Right.
God says every last one of them, read.
Every one of them shall go into captivity.
All praises. The Lord said every last one of them, they're going to be put into captivity. They going into slavery, y'all. All praises to the Most High.
Make my teeth white.
Make my teeth white. All praises to the Most High. Read on.
And they that spoil thee.
And they that spoil thee. I'm going to give an example of them spoiling us. Hold that. Hold that. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Go to Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to give an example of us being spoiled. Deuteronomy 28 and read verse 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48.
Bring it out.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
God said we're going to serve our enemies, read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
The Lord sent our enemies against us.
Yep.
The white man didn't just wake up one morning and say, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to this place that no man ever knows about, and there we're gonna find some savages. For real. Nah, the Lord was guiding them. The Lord was guiding them, saying, you know what, go here. It's my children over here that thought I forgot that they need an ass whooping. They thought I forgot about that ass whooping that I promised them thousands of years ago. hey, you know you're a father, right? And you tell your son, you be at work, when I get home, I'm going to tear your butt up.
Yeah, right.
When I get home, I'm going to tear your butt up. And you know you come home, this is what I do. You go home and you pretend like you forgot, just so you can catch them off guard.
For real.
You pretend, hey, son, how you do? All praise, shalom. What's like?
They be happy as hell.
Shalom. Nah, they be like this. Be waiting. Like, did he forget? You eat dinner. You watch a little TV. You send him to bed. He think he good. And he just pop up in the room with the belt. Hey, so you thought I forgot about you, huh? You thought it was all sweet and cakes and pies and cookies.
Man, you kill him by anxiety alone.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
When is he going to come?
That's what you got to do. You got to build that fear factor. But God said, I'm going to send my children over here because they thought I forgot about their ass whooping. Go over here, read.
Right.
Which the Lord shall send against
the Lord suck them enemies against us, read.
In hunger.
Hold on, slow down. In hunger. We got to serve our enemies. We got to go to our enemies in hunger. The Walmarts.
Right.
Even when you deal with the so-called Native Americans, right? Because God don't call you Native American. God calls you Gad or Reuben. That's what God calls you, of the nation of Israel. Even what you was accustomed to, the white man came and took it. Now you got to go to the white man to buy food that you were already raising, farming, and killing before they got here. You was already doing that.
Yep.
What they did, killed off all the buffalo,
right?
Ate all the crops. Now they GMO'd the land. Now you got to go to your enemy to buy the food that you were already planting, growing, and cropping and harvesting before they got here.
I hate it here.
That's captivity, man.
Right. That's at its finest.
They came here, stole your land,
took your stuff,
took your food, and now you got to go to them
and sold it back to you.
Yeah, sold it back. Hold that. Go to limitations.
Damn.
Go to limitations. That's what I want.
Sold it back to you.
Remember now we talking about spores. Everyone has spoiled thee, right? Go to limitations.
5 and 2.
Hold up. Let me get trying to get it with one hand. All right, there we go. Limitations. Start at verse 1.
Bring it out.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Remember, O Lord, what is come upon us.
Go ahead.
Consider and behold our reproach.
Read.
Our inheritance.
Our land
is turned to strangers.
Our land is now being ruled by strangers. Our land has been ruled by the Gentiles.
Right, for real.
Our land has been ruled by people that are not yours, God. Read.
Our houses to aliens.
God says the people that took our land, our inheritance, God calls them illegal aliens.
Right.
We see that it's called illegal aliens. They like to call Mexicans and Hispanics illegal aliens. God says the white man,
y'all the immigrants,
is the true illegal alien. You are an alien.
For real.
Read.
We are orphans.
We are orphans. Why are we orphans? Because they raped, robbed, murdered us, stole us from our parents, burnt us alive, hung us on the trees. Read.
We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows.
Our mothers are widows because they took the man, made them breeders. They took the man, tied him to horses, ripped them apart from the whole plantation. Our mothers are widows. Read.
We have drunken our water for money.
We are drunken our water for money. We got to pay for our own water.
Right.
Things that before the white man got here, we wasn't doing.
Right.
Read.
We have drunken our water for money. Our wood is sold unto us.
That's like somebody coming stealing your car and you got to buy it back from them.
Right.
They stole it, but you got to buy it back.
Yeah. Damn.
It says our wood is sold unto us. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and read verse 48 again.
That's a curse, y'all. I'm gonna tell you.
That's curse.
Yeah,
and let you know you are the people of the book.
Right. You are Israel.
You are the Israelites. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 48.
Bring it out.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
It says in hunger, in thirst, and nakedness. The white man knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
We was using the buffalo not only for food, but as shelter, for nakedness, for the clothing. Not only for that, but for weapons.
Yep.
The buffalo wasn't just food.
Right.
The buffalo took care of many different offices of the so-called Native American lives. The white man said, you know what, we gonna kill off all the buffalo because that's their life source. Yep. That's their source of life. That's their food, their shelter, their weapons, their clothing. So we're gonna destroy that. We're gonna take that away.
Right.
And now we're gonna
force
them to solely depend on me.
Right.
Damn. That's what they did. They forced us to solely depend on them. And when we depend on them, guess what? Now we in plantations where there is no running water. Right. There is no electricity. Yep. There is no good schools. There is no funding. Nothing. It's nothing but suicide and drunkenness on these reservations.
Drug abuse.
That's it. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron.
Go back. Hold up when it says, and in one of all things.
And in what of all things?
In anything you can think of, you got to go to your enemy to buy it. Anything you can think of. Your death certificate got to come from your enemy that put the stuff in the air, in the food, in your environment to kill your behind. And then you got to go to them to get your certificate to die.
Come on now, dog.
That ain't right. That ain't right.
To get buried properly, you got to go to your enemy.
Come on, man.
Who you think put the laws of burial out there? Your enemy.
Right.
And one of all things.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
Read on.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed us. Because now that yoke of iron ain't on our necks no more. Right. That's why everybody say, oh, I ain't no slave. I'm free. You ain't free. You still slavery of the brain. But that's why I hold that. Go back to Jeremiah 30. Remember, we went to Deuteronomy 28 to bring out a point. Go back to Jeremiah 30.
The point you calling yourself Indian,
right?
A Native American.
There you go. Talk about Tom. You two spirited,
right? The hell is this?
The white man taught you that. Right. Your ancestors weren't no damn two spirited.
Ain't what?
That's that LGBTQ for natives.
You get
right.
Read verse 16.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
Therefore, all they that devour thee, shall be devoured.
Read.
And all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity.
Here's the point. Right.
And they that spoil thee,
they that spoil us. That's that what we read in Deuteronomy 28.
Right.
That's that. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Right.
Until they have spoiled us.
Yep.
Now, don't nobody want nothing to do with the black man. Don't nobody want nothing to do with the Hispanic man, the Native American man, because now we have been spoiled. Right. It's like milk.
Right.
When you spoil milk, you put it back in the fridge, ain't nobody gonna drink it. The only thing you can do with it is what? Throw it away.
Yep.
And that's what that's what they have done to the Israelite man and woman. Mm-hmm. That's what they have done. That's why God says, all they that spoil thee, read,
shall be a spoil.
Shall be a spoil. Read.
And all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey.
All they that prey upon us will I give for a prey. What's going on in Haiti right now is the white man preying upon the people of Haiti. What's going on in Cuba is the white man preying upon the people of Cuba. What's going down in America every day is the white man preying upon the minds of the black man and woman.
Bring it out.
That's what's going on all over the world. The white man is preying upon the Israelites. Oh, let me go in and assassinate the president just to make you turn to me to get help. Let me go in and start a riot, a coup in Cuba, just for the people of Cuba to call for America to help them.
Right.
We are America is the problem, the source.
Right.
But they make people believe that coming to them will bring peace.
It's the solution.
Is the solution.
Right.
That's why God says, and all they that prey upon thee, I will give for a prey.
Right.
That's a cold.
Because all these nations have preyed upon the Israelites.
Right.
And they're preying upon us till this day. All right, y'all, we're going to take a quick break.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to hit it hard when we come back, all right? All right, let's go. Shalom. Let's go. Break time.
You're missing the crown on your head. I don't mean no disrespect, but why you worried about all these peasants? You are the king, my protector. I need you to rule over me, rule over me, You shine like the sun and the moon. He light up the room like fire in the sky. You're bright like the stars. Don't forget who you are. You're a ruler, you're a king, and the world will know it. Yeah. You bang like a jeweler, royalty, and the world will know it. The world will know it. If they can see through my eyes, they'll see the image of God, and that's why you rule over me, rule over me, You are a king, you should know it. Over me, rule over me, You are a king, you should know it. You shine like the sun and the moon. He light up the room like fire in the sky. You're bright like the stars. Don't forget who you are.
Girl, you're looking at your ruler, mighty man from Judah, fighting off our enemies like a pit to a poodle. I'm something like your tutor, won't be no Freddy Cougar. As long as your dinner for me ain't ramen noodles. Girl, I deserve the best, appreciate me cause I watch for your soul. You're covering when the world gets cold. I'm talking about that goosebump love, you can feel it in your toes. You can't hide your feelings, your Lord knows. Now come here, wife, let me show you how to love your neighbor, cause mocha my favorite flavor. And with the other nations we ain't mingling. This ain't chess, this checkers, not kingmen.
Missing the crown on your head. I don't mean no disrespect, but why you worried about all these peasants? You are the king, my protector. I need you to rule.
And let us fight for our people and for the sanctuary. We're fighting for the hearts and minds of our people that do not yet know who they are. But we are their champions. We are their superheroes, so to speak. Believe that. We're serious. Ain't no laughter. We ain't got time for shucking and jiving. We got issues going on with the nation of Israel. Our young men are so starved for leaders. And a mother recognizes that we have no stars, that we have no leaders, that we have no superheroes. And because of that absence of an image, all kinds of psychological destruction has permeated the brains of our people.
To be honest with you, pay attention. Sons, help, God!
Yeah. Us against the world, want what we deserve. War against our soul, it's the God we serve. Yeah. Us against the world, us against the world. Working for thy kingdom come, no time to observe. Us against the world, dragging what we heard. Ain't no stopping this, 7,000 no reserve. Yeah. Us against the world, us against the world. Us against the world, us against the world.
Us against the world, overcome.
overcoming all the odds. We go for the just though. A salute to the God and the captain of the host. The angels is cutthroat. It's a war for your soul. Army of the living God. They see us in order. They see the formation with boots on the
Death better choose it. Got wisdom on your side, don't lose it. My spirit in check, I rule it. If you got a hot head, better cool it. In my lane, better move it. For I Nehemiah 13, lose it. On the way to the kingdom, we cruising. Don't know one, do what we doing.
So what do you hope this march brings to the community, and kind of what's the bigger picture?
Well, I don't know if it's bigger than that, but a lesser picture is that our people get some type of understanding.
Mm-hmm.
We're being shot down in the streets, like most recently, I believe it was Jacob Blank, right? You have Breonna Taylor, who has not gotten justice yet. George Floyd, as everyone knows. We have to come together as people under what God says, not under what my opinion is or your opinion or anyone's opinion. We have to go by what the Bible says.
See, I'm 3 times better when I'm flipping through the script. Pressure bust pipes, you ain't nothing but a drip. Gas flow moving, say hello to the chief. And if he just gon' get it, man, somebody get a brief. I'm 30 days in, past up where you work. Your kids breaking laws and they do it for a turf. And you steady trying to sell a soul for some merch, while your wife fake you healing on the ground for a purse. Praise got me fixing on the mission, and I'm stitching, better listen to the written. Say we fixing, ain't no kicking, you a kicking time, ticking, no bricking, no switching in the kitchen, no Christian, no missing when we missing.
Welcome to Solomon'sCloset.com, your one-stop shop to look fly. With affordable prices and great designs, it's really easy to shop. Solomon'sCloset.com.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. All praises. Tuned in to the Natives Hour, home of the 10 tribes.
That's
all
right.
We're going to jump right into what we got. We're going to jump right into what we got. Come on, play it. I know what it is.
So you been out of shape about critical race theory? Well, the good news is you might not be a racist. You might just be ignorant of what the hell CRT is. Basically, it's a bunch of legal scholarship and academic thinky talk that just tries to figure out what systems are in place that over minorities in the U.S. in subtle ways.
So,
rather than
for those that don't know, this is what's the brother name?
John
Leguizamo. Leguizamo.
Yeah.
What tribe was he again? From the tribe of Ash. We brought out something about the brother a few months ago.
Yeah, months ago.
And YouTube actually, I think YouTube banned us or YouTube cut it off.
They cut it off.
They probably gonna cut us off tonight. Well, the hell with YouTube. Anyway, so the brother, he knows a lot about what's going on today.
Right.
And he speaks on racially tension topics.
Very well informed.
Very well informed. I thought he was Ephraim. You sure? I think he's Ephraim, bro. I'm gonna say he's Ephraim. I think it's Ephraim. Until further notice, I think it's Ephraim. Anyway, so the brother goes in on CRT, which is what is it called? The critical racial
theory.
Racial theory, right? What's it theory, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna listen to him, and then we're gonna explain what he's talking about. Why is he talking about it? All right, play it from the beginning. And it is cursing. It is cursing in it. So if you if you're just so holy and thou, holier, then you might not want to watch this. Go ahead.
Come on now, dog.
Like you don't curse at work. Anyway, go ahead.
So you been out of shape about critical race theory? Well, the good news is you might not be a racist. You might just be ignorant of what the hell CRT is. Basically, it's a bunch of legal scholarship and academic thinky talk that just tries to figure out what systems are in place that over minorities in the U.S. in subtle ways, rather than by full-on in-your-face racism. No one is teaching this stuff to your young kids, so calm the down.
The profanity-laced rant posted by actor John Leguizamo railing against those concerned about critical race theory in their kids' schools.
Fox News contributor Leo Terrell is a former history and social studies teacher.
Coon
He
alert.
joins us
Just
now
let y'all
to
know.
react. You're the perfect guest.
Right. Hey, I'm glad you said that.
Coon alert.
Coon alert.
Coon
So you
alert.
got Northern Kingdom standing up
Right.
for racial for the problems that's going on. Then you got Judah. I had to say it. Cool.
That is
Then you
powerful
got-
niggery
you
at work.
got Judah coming against our brother, man.
This dude is a major
that's what the
coon,
brother said. The
man.
brother said maybe you just ignorant of what CRT is.
Right.
Because CRT is just a bunch of brothers and sisters that goes and finds all of the true factors that were put against blacks and Hispanics when concerning things like college.
Right.
When concerning things like, I seen something on TikTok. A sister talks about the bachelor's degree. She said back then, to have a bachelor's degree, you was the top of the line when you had a bachelor's degree. You could own a business. You could be a manager. Now when black folk, when black is, when they made it, what is it? When they made it okay for blacks and Hispanics to get bachelor's degree.
Right.
Now a bachelor's degree ain't nothing.
Right.
You get a bachelor's degree and can only work at Walmart. Can only work at McDonald's.
Damn.
You should. It's a lot of brothers and sisters that work at Walmart with bachelor's degrees.
Right.
How? Because nobody wants to hire them because they don't have experience.
Right.
But think about it. How can I gain experience if nobody want to hire me? I
Right.
never understood that.
Yep. That's a catch 22 right there.
Right.
You stuck. Like, wait, what?
That's something that CRT actually studies and looks into and say, you know what? Damn, that's a system in place to keep blacks and Hispanics down.
Yep.
That's what's going on.
Red line.
You gonna say something?
Yeah. I was gonna add, hey, real quick. Can you look up on CRT? The
I got it actually. I got it.
You got it?
Yep, we got it. I think I posted it. Wikipedia. I didn't put it up there. Oh dang, I didn't post it. Go ahead, look it up.
Yeah. Go, bring it up. Just put on CRT and Google real quick. It'll pop up. Because what's crazy is y'all gonna hear this coon. Y'all gonna hear this coon. This coon, I'm gonna tell y'all, but man, if I ever wanted to backhand somebody, it'd have been him. It'd have been him right now, for real. Go ahead and put there you go. CRT is a body of legal scholarship and academic movement of civil rights scholars and activists in the United States that seeks to critically examine U.S. law as it intersects with issues of race in the U.S. and to challenge mainstream American liberal approaches to racial justice. So CRT examines social, cultural, and legal issues primarily as they relate to race and racism in the United States.
So this is a group that goes and searches out different laws, different statutes, different things put in place.
They do their due diligence.
They do their due diligence, right? And it says they examine social, cultural, and legal issues that relate to race and racism.
Right.
So it's social issues that relate to racism, cultural issues, and legal issues.
Right. So they touching on all.
They hitting on all the aspects.
And you know what's crazy too? Because if you check the beginning, it says is a body of legal scholarship.
Yeah, they all
and an academic movement.
Right.
They know what the hell they talking
know
about.
what they talking about.
They're not stupid.
Look, it says civil rights scholars.
Right. That means they've been through school. They went to school to get the little piece of paper that made them qualify.
And they tell you that it's racism in the school system. It's racism everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere was built off of racism. Every law was built off of racism.
Right.
Bring it.
So that's what CRT is in a nutshell.
So this brother's actually speaking against it, and people was giving him crap about it.
Right.
So he was like, well, maybe if you don't know what CRT is, maybe you're just either racist as hell or you're just ignorant of it.
Right.
Go back to the video. Play it from the beginning.
Yeah, you've been out of shape about critical race theory. Well, the good news is you might not be a racist. You might just be ignorant of what the hell CRT is. Basically, it's a bunch of legal scholarship and academic thinky talk that just tries to figure out what systems are in place that over minorities in the U.S. in subtle ways, rather than by full-on in-your-face racism. No one is teaching this stuff.
Stop. He said rather by full-on in your face racism.
Right.
They do little subtle things.
Right.
They put subtle things in place to F over minorities.
Yep. Just like redlining. We don't want y'all living here, so we're gonna push y'all to the projects in the ghettos.
Well, wait a minute. When you ask for and it's always like this. They ask you, okay, what are you looking for?
Right.
Well, I'm looking for a 3-2. What location? Well, I want to live over here with my same average of wage.
Right.
The amount of money I make, I want the people around me to make that same amount of money.
Right.
Right. Because if I make $100,000 a year, you put me with an environment that makes $20,000 a year.
Yeah, right.
There's gonna be some issues there.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
So I want to live over here, and it primarily means over here with the well-off folks,
right?
And they say,
good folk.
Okay, but your credit is not high enough.
Right.
Your credit is not high enough to get a 6-bedroom house here, but it's high enough to get a 6-bedroom house in the projects.
Right.
How in the hell does a location depend on your credit score? That's amazing.
And what they'll do too is they'll jack up your percentage rate to the point where your monthly payments is a killer.
It's like then you say
it's
nah,
a killer.
I
right.
can't do it.
I can't afford it.
I gotta live over here.
Right. They know what they're doing.
So the CRT is a group of people that look for that type of stuff. Go back to the video.
To your young kids, so calm the down.
The profanity-laced rant posted by actor John Leguizamo railing against those concerned about critical race theory in their kids' schools.
Fox News contributor Leo Terrell is a former history and social studies teacher, and he joins us now to react. You're the perfect guest for this. He says it's not being taught to our kids. What do you say?
I say he's absolutely wrong. Why should we
Cool
listen
alert.
to an actor? Is he qualified? Is he a former professor? Is he a lawyer? Why should 340 million Americans, parents, teachers, students, listen to him? He's not qualified to give an opinion on critical race theory. He's not qualified to talk about whether or not it's taught. And he's more than not qualified to claim that it's just a legal theory. It's a base of conclusions without supporting fact. His leadership, or let me rephrase, his acting platform does not qualify.
Hey, hold up, man. Hold on, man. He totally disrespecting him.
Straight up, man.
He said his
Straight
legal.
up.
No. His acting.
Right.
Just totally disrespecting the
So
brother, man.
basically, you're not a leader, but you're an actor, though. You're a coon. You can dance and chuck a job, but you ain't qualified to tell nobody anything about CRT or critical race theory. Man, bro, who you is to tell this man he not qualified? Who qualified you? He over there sitting there because he running his mouth. He's a lawyer that he got a piece of paper from the slave master to talk against his own brother. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what it sounds like, Cap? It sounds like what the pastors be telling us on the streets. Who qualified you to teach? Who qualified you to bring out the words of God?
Come on,
crazy?
man.
Oh man. Hey, go ahead. This dude got me pissed off. Go ahead, play.
Students that critical race theory does not exist.
Leo, the problem for a lot of parents who were looking over their kids' shoulders during the pandemic, seeing what they were being taught, is they feel that they're not getting the same kind of education they got. It's more of an indoctrination because it's a whole different way of looking at things. Explain your problem with it.
I'll tell you exactly what my problem is. Not only as a former school teacher, but as a lawyer, a civil rights lawyer, a person who deals with the issue of racism. Critical race theory is not...
Stop. People always say that like that gives them credibility.
Right.
You a civil rights lawyer who took the bag. That's what you did.
Right, exactly.
You took the bag.
Right.
Because if you're a civil rights lawyer, then that means
there.
you would be the same. You would be in the same argument position as the
John,
brother.
Right.
Because y'all both basically for civil rights.
Yep.
Then you would understand this. But you're not because you took the bag.
Right. He going against him full throttle. He ain't even take a break to stop down to breathe.
Right. Fox News. What niggas coon. Go ahead.
For real.
Not a program, a discipline, a principle grounded in facts. It only tells you a conclusion. It tells you that white people are privileged, black people are oppressed. It doesn't tell you the why, the how, and everything else. It takes a...
Hey, hold on, stop right there. My bad. But it don't tell you the why and the how. You can't see it. You can't see that the whole reason that led up to the reason why we need a critical race theory. It's amazing how we go through this stuff, and then he's like, "Oh, it only tells you the conclusion."
He's an idiot. What the hell? He's an idiot. Nothing out there tells you why. What book in America? What book can tell you why Negroes went into captivity?
Right.
What book? Only one book.
I was just gonna say it's only one.
It's only one.
It's
book.
only one.
So for him to say that, basically, he know that can't nobody tell us why the black man is oppressed. He know can't nobody tell us why the Hispanic man is oppressed.
Right.
Why the Native American man is oppressed. The only person that can tell us is those that's following the laws of God. That's
right.
it, man.
That's right.
That's it. Only the Israelites can tell you why.
Yep.
Only the brothers that study this Bible can tell you why the black man is being oppressed.
Yep. And guess what? We more than qualified.
And you know
we
what else?
More than qualified.
They're not going to ask us why. Because if they ask us why, then they're going to get facts. And they don't want facts.
Right.
They want theories.
Yep.
They want opinions.
They want to know what you think.
Because opinion can be argued. And a theory can be argued. The facts of the Bible you can't argue that. That's why they don't want to hear us. They don't want to get the facts from us. They want to ask questions, but without getting the answer.
Right.
What? Without getting the biblical answer.
Every time you open up the book, oh, now tell me what you think. I ain't talking about the Bible.
Because they know all we're doing is reading the words of God out loud, which means they cannot be argued.
That's right. Hey,
go back.
Can I get a script?
Go ahead, man.
Hey, let me get a script. Hey, give me John. Give me John real quick. Let me get it, because this dude pissed me off with this who qualified you crap. All this. Hey, give me John chapter 15 and verse 16. Because you want to know who qualified us, but we already know who qualified you. You over here got your little, what did he say he was?
He's
a scholar.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
And Esau qualified him, so now he could talk against his own people. Go ahead, John 15, 16.
The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 16.
Read it out. Read on.
Ye have not chosen me.
See, Christ said, we ain't choose him. Read on.
But I have chosen you.
So Christ has chosen us. Read.
And ordained you.
Read on.
That you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain.
Read on.
That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name,
read,
he may give it you.
So Christ, the King of the universe, has given us, has qualified us, the prophets, to go out there and bring this word to his people that they may repent. So we are well qualified. Precept. We're more than qualified. So I don't want to hear all that. That thing just kind of pissed me off, man, dealing with this dude, man.
Hey, when the brother said qualify you, took that person down.
Yeah. Hey, but
he was talking to you personally.
Hey, right. Hey,
who qualified you? Nigga, you real? Who qualified you? You wanted to qualify me.
Hey, it's like, bro, if you let a Babylon sit there and tell you that you're not qualified, we all be sitting here pushing brooms. Like for real, man. It pissed me off, man. Come on, dude. My bad. Yeah, my ranting is over. I'm done.
Hey, when you heard that, you like, what? Who qualified me?
I'm done, man. I'm done.
All praises to yes, Christ qualified us, yes. I hope y'all understand that now. All praises. Go back to the video. Play it, bro. Go ahead.
History, when we first became a nation, and then apply it to everyday life. It ignores the progress in this country. So there's no facts. And I challenge John, the Ice Age cartoon character, to debate me and tell me.
He said the Ice Age cartoon character.
Okay, that's crazy.
The disrespect, man.
Damn,
dude. The disrespect in this man's voice. Wow. So basically say you ain't nothing but a cartoon character.
All you good is to play a voice on a cartoon. That's
bro,
crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, when the truth come out, they scared, they run, man. They get mad. Esau paid this man to just straight up
slander,
dog out. What's his name? John
Leguizamo.
Leguizamo?
Yep.
Just straight disrespect him totally. This man ain't say nothing about Leo Terrell.
Right. Don't even know you.
This man ain't say nothing about you. You booty
crazy.
face.
baby booties.
The man ain't say nothing about you, bro. But you want to attack him because
Right.
he's speaking the facts of your slave master.
0 to 100.
Go ahead. Keep
That's
going.
crazy.
Keep going, bro.
Yeah, Leo, I think that's the point right there is the conclusions that a lot of people have because the stories that they tell are real, but it's a conclusion that becomes very problematic. So what should be the response to critical race theory?
I'll tell you what the response should be. The response should be just what parents are doing throughout the country. They challenge the school boards and say, we do not want this. And this is where I really believe is important. We just can't let this be implemented in schools. We have to challenge the legitimacy of it, the credibility of it. And so if the facts don't justify the implementation of this, it cannot be taught to our kids. Our kids are at this early age of their life where they absorb this information and they'll challenge the system, which is wrong if it's not grounded in facts. As a school
He said it's wrong for children to challenge the system.
What?
That's what I said, bro. He's paid. That's why in news they always got 2 white people, then they got a coon who gonna disrespect his own people. But the white folks ain't gonna say openly that CRT is real.
Right. Yep.
They gonna pay the black man to say it, so that if it comes from the black man, he might be right. It don't come off as disrespectful. It's always like the slave master always get the slaves to disrespect the slaves.
Right.
Always.
And he's what you call an inside slave.
Yeah, he's an inside
Taskmaster.
slave. He has took the bag. Go ahead. Go to the next video. Go to the next video, man. You hot.
Yeah, that dude pissed me off.
The Levi came out today.
That dude pissed me off, man.
Let's go, y'all. Come on. I should already had this stuff ready.
Out of shape about critical race theory? Well, the good news is you might not be a racist motherfucker. You might just be ignorant of what the hell CRT is. Basically, it's a bunch of legal scholarship and academic thinky talk that just tries to figure out what systems are in place that over minorities in the U.S. in subtle ways, rather than by full-on in-your-face racism. Like, is a black person unable to get a loan that a similar white person could get because the bank loan officer is a colossal sheet-wearing racist? So here's one thing. No one is teaching this stuff to your young kids, so calm the down. It's pretty highbrow college-level stuff. And if your kids go to college, they're going to definitely be exposed to this whether you agree with it, no matter what you think. Okay?
Stop. I'm telling you, man. He said no one is teaching this to your kids, but this is high-grade stuff. This is what the higher-ups are doing. Read that Psalms 83.
Right.
This is that crafty counsel. He said if your kids go to college, they will experience racism, covert racism. They will experience it, whether you like it or not.
Right. Whether they teach it or whether they don't.
They will experience it.
They're going to experience it.
Just like the brother said, go back to the part where he talks about the loan. Go back to that part. Boy, he's saying some heavy stuff.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Is a black person unable to get a loan that a similar white person could get because the bank loan officer is a colossal sheet-wearing racist?
Stop.
For real.
He said, is the black person able to get a loan that the white person could get because the bank director is a colossal sheet-wearing asshole?
Right. And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
That's exactly.
Is the black man able to get the same loan as the white man? No.
Right.
No. It's factors put into place to keep black men here, to keep the banks telling black men no, and keep the bank telling the white men yes.
Right.
That's why I be like, man, how the hell I be looking at these houses white folks be getting,
right,
and these cars that they be getting, and they be on notes with them, so they not paying off. They be on a monthly payments.
Right.
I'm like, damn, bro, how the hell you able to do all this? My job better than yours. Like,
right.
I make more money than you do.
Right. Yep.
How are you able to do all this? Your credit score ain't that good.
It's horrible.
It's horrible. You got a house. You got 2 cars. You're well off. I make more money than you do, and I get denied.
Right, for real.
They denying me, telling me, "Oh, your credit score too low." You know what?
You don't make enough money.
You know what? No, they don't say that. They say your credit score is too low. No matter how much money you make, your credit score is too low. Here, join a credit repair group. Your credit 650 needs to be 720. What?
Come on, man.
720 to get a house?
Right.
That's what they tell us. But white people could get a 600 credit score and get a 6-bedroom house, two brand new Bentleys. And they don't make that much money. And their payments will be low as hell.
Low as hell. $150 a month for the car. You're like, wait, what? The same thing goes with the $5 Indians. They want to go ahead and say that they native to the land and don't have to pay no school loans or nothing like that. Go to school for free.
Right.
All of that. Like, wait, what? How y'all come to that?
What?
Man, he saw the damn devil.
Yeah, go back. Go ahead and play.
So here's one thing. No one is teaching this stuff to your young kids, so calm the down. It's pretty highbrow college level stuff. And if your kids
pause that. The reason why he's saying that right there, because if y'all watched the last video, what he was saying was, what the news reporter was saying was that they're trying to teach this to kids in schools. Right. So what John is saying right here, he's like, this is college level. Ain't nobody trying to teach this to your young kids. But see, not an issue and a problem in that is it's okay to teach the kids masturbation in school.
Right.
It's okay to teach the kids they can choose whatever. What you call it? If they're a male or female, right? They can choose their sex. But nobody's talking against that. But now when it comes to critical race theory,
right?
Oh, don't teach my kids that. Don't teach my kids that. We should go and talk against this. We should protest. That's what Terrell is crying about. But my bad. Go ahead.
go to college, they're going to definitely be exposed to this whether you agree with it, no matter what you think, okay? So again, calm the down. Critical race theory is an evolving discipline, and part of the mainstream thinking in the field is that because laws and attitudes are constantly changing, CRT also has to constantly change. Now remember this, race is a social construct, okay? Because there are no racial differences.
Now stop. Now this how you know he got that phone call.
Right.
He got a phone call and said, hey, John, if you want to do another Ice Age, you better shut the hell up. You better change. You better go and correct what you said.
Right.
You better tell the people there's no such thing as racism. We are the same thing under God, and God loves everybody. So this is, mind you, that's why they put the two videos together.
Right.
The brother on one video was going in on racism, CRT.
Gung-ho.
Watch this. Go ahead. This is another video he did in the bathtub. That's how you know he got that phone call. He was in the back, got that phone call. John, fix it right now. Fix it, we're going to knock you on that door. Go ahead.
Right.
Differences in intellectual ability or emotional maturity. None of that exists because, again, we're just people. For better or worse, we're all the same. All right? And also, can you quit trying to ban the teaching of critical race theory when not one of you shitheads can define it? Because we all know what you really want to ban is criticism of white people theory. And that isn't a thing that exists. So don't tell me to calm the down.
See, he heard.
He got right.
People tell him to calm. He said, hey.
He got the call.
He said, all right, we're all the same people. But those that want to ban CRT, you know what they really want to ban?
Right.
White, what do you say? White
criticism
of white people.
Right.
And it doesn't really, what he said, it doesn't really exist. So just calm down. Don't tell me to calm down.
Right.
So people call, he got that call, man.
Right. Because basically critical race theory is criticizing the
Is
white person.
criticizing, that's what he
That's
said.
basically what he's saying.
It's really the criticism of white people.
So he got the call.
He got the call and said, well, we're all the same.
Stop.
So don't tell me to calm down, all right? Let's just calm down. It's going to be okay.
Right.
He got that phone call.
He had to kind of switch it up a little bit.
He got that phone call.
Slow down.
Give me the book of Deuteronomy. Because he said we're all the same, right? We're all the same people. Well, he didn't say it. The people that called him said it.
Right.
Deuteronomy 32 and verse 8. Read verse 7.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7.
Bring it out. Because he got that phone call.
Right.
Told him to fix it. And you could tell he didn't want to say that. You can see it in his face. We're all the same people. So don't tell me to calm down. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Go ahead.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Ask thy father, he will show thee thy elders, he shall tell you. Read on.
When the Most High divided to the nations.
When the Most High divided to the nations.
Their inheritance.
Their inheritance.
when he separated.
He did what?
Separated.
He did what?
Separated.
Meaning we are all not the same people.
Right.
Anybody that says we are the same people,
right.
they going against God. Because God says he separated the people.
Yep.
Read.
When he separated the sons of Adam.
Separated the sons of Adam, the nations, the nationalities, read.
He set the bounds of the people.
He set the bounds of the people.
According to the number of the children of Israel.
According to the number of the children of Israel. So I'll let you know, everybody ain't the same people. Read on.
For the Lord's portion is his people.
For the Lord's portion is his people. That lets you know that all races are not the same.
Right.
We are not all the same people. Right. God says he separated us from the beginning. He separated the children of Israel from the children of Moab.
Right.
The children of Moab from the children of Ishmael. Children of Ishmael for the children of Ammon. Children of Ammon for the children of Amalek. He separated everybody.
Yep.
But Israel belongs to God. Israel belongs to God. All right. All right. So we're going to move on. Let's go to the next article. Let's go to the next article. What we got?
Latino gang members in Southern California are terrorizing and killing blacks. Acting on orders from the Mexican mafia, Latino gang members in Southern California are terrorizing and killing blacks.
So now it's murder going on in California, in Southern California, Southern California, where Northern Kingdom is going around killing black folks, killing Judah. And some of these killings are just because they're black.
Come on.
So now it's a new thing going on. I'm telling you, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Go ahead.
Ascending the steep steps that led from the street to the scene of her son's murder, 47-year-old Luisa Prudhomme is charged by a Doberman pinscher. Prudhomme reaches over a gate and gives the guard dog a rough pat on the head. Sam doesn't seem to remember me, she says. What Prudhomme will never forget is that just past the snarling Doberman is the apartment on a hill where 6 years ago, her 21-year-old son, Anthony, was shot in the face with a .25 caliber semi-automatic while lying on a futon she had purchased for him from IKEA. He died wearing a shirt that read, "Keep the peace."
How ironic is that? Go ahead.
Damn! They targeted him for the color of his skin. Oh, Anthony Prudhomme was slain by members of the Avenues, a Latino street gang. But he was not a rival gang member or a police informant or a drug dealer. The Avenues did not target him for the content of his character or even the contents of his apartment. They targeted him for the color of his skin.
So it's murders going on in Cali where the so-called Hispanic gangs are actually being paid and being ordered to target black communities, to target black people just based off of their color. But we're going to read on. It's going to tell you why they're doing it. Read on.
Prudhomme was murdered because he identified himself as black. He was in fact mixed race.
Stop. He was mixed race. So he had black and so-called Hispanic. But he would identify as the black part.
Right.
Says, okay, you want to be a nigga? We're going to kill you. Go ahead.
In a neighborhood occupied by one of the many Latino street gangs in Los Angeles County. Incredibly, even though these gangs are fundamentally criminal enterprises interested mainly in money, gang experts inside and outside the government say that they are now engaged in a campaign of ethnic cleansing. Racial terror that is directed solely at African Americans. The way I hear these knuckleheads tell it, they don't want their neighborhoods infested with blacks.
Go ahead.
As if it's an infestation, says respected Los Angeles gang expert Tony Raphael.
See, so they say, we don't want our neighborhood infested with blacks. So you understand, so who's putting this stigma out there that all black people are bad?
Right.
Bring it out. Because these so-called Hispanic, remember, they don't majority don't even have cable.
Right.
A lot of the stuff they see on TV, a lot of the stuff is being pushed by the mainstream media of the white man. That the black man represents an infestation.
Right.
The black man comes in, they destroy the neighborhood.
Yep.
That's a white mentality.
Yep.
So you, instead of actually forming your own thought, you are thinking in the ways of your oppressor.
Right.
Come on now,
That
dog.
the black man destroys neighborhoods.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Tell his vision. Television.
Who interviewed several Latino street gang leaders for an upcoming book on the Mexican Mafia, the dominant Latino gang in Southern California. It's pure racial animosity that manifests itself in a policy of a major criminal organization. There's absolutely no motive absent the color of their skin, adds former Los Angeles County Deputy District Attorney Michael Camacho. Before he became a judge in 2003, Camacho successfully prosecuted a Latino gang member for the random shootings of 3 black men in Pomona, California.
See that? The random shootings. Go ahead.
They generally don't like African
You
Americans.
see that? They generally don't like African Americans. We don't.
Pomona gang unit officer Marcus Perez testified in that case. If an African American enters their neighborhood, they're likely to be injured or killed.
So wait a minute. It don't say if a white man enters their neighborhood who actually did more damage to you than your brother did.
Right.
The white man did more damage to you than anybody else on this planet.
For real.
But it's crazy you always see that. Even in black ghettos, the white man can walk through a black ghetto unscathed.
Yep.
The black man, the white man can walk through a Hispanic ghetto unscathed. But as soon as the black man walk through the Hispanic neighborhood, as soon as the black man walk through another black ghetto, it's a problem.
Right.
What's wrong with you? That let you know, like we read back in Deuteronomy 28, our minds have been destroyed. Them chains are off now. Now our minds are destroyed. Get Hosea. Get Hosea 4. Our minds have been destroyed, man. Hosea 4:1. Read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Ye children of Israel, you so-called Hispanics, you so-called blacks, Native Indians. You are the children of Israel. Read.
For the Lord hath a controversy.
The Lord got an issue. The Lord got a problem.
Right.
The Lord is angry. Read on.
With the inhabitants of the land.
The Lord is angry with us. The Lord is angry with those in Florida, those in Colorado, those in Cali, those in Arizona, those in Georgia, those in New York, Philly. The Lord is angry with his people.
Right.
Read.
Because there is no truth.
Ain't no truth. Read.
Nor mercy.
Ain't no mercy. You mean to tell me you going to kill me just for moving into your neighborhood?
Right. Just for going.
Where's the mercy?
Right.
Come on,
I got children. I got to write, where's the mercy at?
Right.
You going to kill me because I'm wearing the wrong color?
Yep.
Where's the mercy at? You going to kill me because I got on Jordans and not Reeboks? Where's the mercy at? Where's the mercy? You going to kill me because I'm driving a BMW and not a putt-putt?
Right.
Where's the mercy? Ain't no mercy in the land. Read on.
Nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the
Nor
land.
knowledge of God in the land. Because there was knowledge. Let's get the knowledge real quick. What was that? Hosea 4 and 6? Jump down first. What is that? Malachi 2 and 6? Read that.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7.
Read. Bring it out.
For the priest's lips should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
And they shall seek the law at his mouth. Now go to Hosea 4 and verse 6.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
The lack of knowledge is the lack of God's laws.
Right.
Is the lack of the priest speaking God's laws. That's the lack of leadership. That's the lack of truth. The lack of mercy. The lack of charity. All of that sums up to the lack of knowledge. Because we're very smart people.
Right.
Hell, we just had a sister win the spelling bee for the first time in history. Boy. A sister won the spelling bee. I know y'all ain't listened to it, because y'all didn't know about it. Y'all, a lot of people don't care. But a sister won the spelling bee, the national spelling bee, first time in history. A black sister, first time in history. So we are very smart people. We are very smart people. When it comes to God's knowledge, we dumb as hell. That's what God called us, sodest children, stupid. Read.
Because thou hast rejected knowledge.
Because we rejected knowledge.
I will also reject thee.
Go ahead.
That thou shalt be no priest to me.
The Lord said he's going to reject us, read.
Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
And that's why children dying on a daily basis, man. Right. The gang members are children. The murderers are children.
Yep.
When you go to the jails, you don't really see old heads no more.
Yep. For real.
You don't really see the OGs going to jail no more. All you see is young children going to jail. Yep. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
And when you dig in a little deeper into that, when you see the reason why they in there, I got a milkshake that was the wrong flavor, so I decided to shoot inside the
yeah, it's all stupid stuff.
Like, what?
It's all my fries were cold.
You killed this person because your milkshake was wrong?
You're so dumb.
Yeah, this stuff is real,
really
man.
dumb.
This stuff is going on. This stuff is going on. God says ain't no mercy in the land. Go back to verse 1.
Verse 1.
Verse 2.
Verse 2. By swearing and lying.
And lying.
And killing.
And doing what?
And killing.
And killing. And killing. Read.
And stealing.
What's this?
And committing adultery.
Go ahead.
They break out.
Uh-huh.
And blood toucheth blood.
That's what we're reading right now.
Right.
And they break out and blood touches blood. Blood touches blood because there's no mercy.
Right.
Blood touches blood because there's no truth. Blood touches blood because there's no knowledge of the land. Blood touches blood because they're swearing, because they're lying, because there's adultery. Blood touches blood because we are wicked as hell. That's why we kill each other. Blood touches blood is brothers killing brothers.
Yep.
Sisters killing sisters. Blood killing blood. Family members killing family members. Tribesmen killing tribesmen. Go back to the article. God says they break out and blood touches blood.
Absolutely right. Yeah, can I get a script?
Go ahead.
Okay. Hey, let me get Matthew 24, verse 12, because what you're saying is spot on, man. And what's going on in our communities today, the young ones is who's terrorizing the neighborhoods. And their influence is the gang members, as those that they're seeing on the streets doing the same thing. Read Matthew 24 and verse 12.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
And because iniquity shall abound.
Because sin remains. Because sin will grow and fester in the communities. Read on.
The love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many have waxed cold. It's waxed cold now. You can see it. You can see individuals that's killing each other for no reason. Absolutely no reason. There is no reason. That's why the controversy that God has against our people is so great right now.
Yep.
That's a cold precept.
Yeah, absolutely. Go back to the article. We almost done. Go back to the article.
A comprehensive study of hate crimes in Los Angeles County, released by the University of Hawaii in 2000, concluded that while the vast majority of hate crimes nationwide are not committed by members of organized groups, Los Angeles County is a different story. Researchers found that in areas with high concentrations or clusters of hate crimes, the perpetrators were typically members of Latino street gangs who were purposely targeting blacks.
See that? They were purposely targeting black people. Go ahead.
Furthermore, the study found there is strong evidence of race-biased hate crimes among gangs in which the major motive is not the defense of territorial boundaries against other gangs, but hatred toward a group defined by racial identification, regardless of any gang-related territorial
So
threat.
it says that they not killing each other based off of gang turf no more. They kill each other based off of their race.
Right.
So I don't care. I ain't got no problem with your gang, but the color of your skin is what I got to kill off.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
6 years later, the racist terror campaign continues. Anthony Prudhomme presented no threat to the avenues. Even so, he was murdered 2 months after he moved into Highland Park, a neighborhood in northeastern Los Angeles that is home to many gang members. He didn't have anything to steal, his mother says. He had nothing when they broke in. So to shoot him, I'm sure it was a stripe. They get stripes for killing black people. Stripes are a gang soldier's badges of honor.
So it said they get stripes for killing black people. They get stripes for killing black people. Go to 1 John. We almost done.
Right,
Go to 1 John chapter 3.
You better believe this. In order to get a stripe, that means it comes down from the double OG, triple OG.
Right. That's what we're gonna read about.
Right.
These are being hits by the mafia. They telling them to hit black folks.
Right.
So the higher ups are saying we got to kill off the niggas. We got to kill off black people.
Yep.
Like I said, they got the mind of the enemy, got the mind of their oppressor,
Esau.
Go to verse number 10.
The book of First.
Matter of fact, we're gonna end up on this. We ain't gonna read the whole article. We gonna end up on this. Verse 10. Go ahead.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 10.
Read it out.
In this, the children of God are manifest.
Go ahead.
And the children of the devil.
In this, the children of God are manifest, and the children of the devil. Read on. Watch this.
Whosoever doth not righteousness is not of God.
Whosoever doeth not righteousness is not of God. That's how you know, brothers and sisters, who's of God and who's of the devil.
Right.
Read.
Neither he that loveth not his brother.
Neither he that loveth not his brother. Read.
For this is the message that ye heard from the beginning.
Go ahead.
That we should love one another.
That we should what?
Love one another.
God says we got to learn how to love one another. We got to learn what love is. We got to learn who's the one another we should be loving.
Right.
Because we'll kill each other, but we love our oppressor.
Yep.
That ain't what God is talking about. He ain't saying love everybody but your people.
Yep.
That one another don't mean all races.
Right.
That one another is talking about your people, your kindred. Read.
Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one.
Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, the devil. Go ahead.
And slew his brother.
Slew his what?
And slew his brother.
You brothers out there that's killing your own people, you in the spirit of Cain, man.
Right.
You in the spirit of the white man. You don't even know it. Read.
And wherefore slew he him?
Go ahead.
Because his own works were evil.
Because his own works were evil. Read on.
And his brothers righteous. Marvel not, my brethren.
Go ahead.
If the world hates you, we know that we have passed from death unto life.
Hold on. Go back up and read verse 12 again.
Verse 12. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother.
Slew his brother.
And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil. And his brothers righteous.
And his brothers righteous. So don't be like Cain, man. You so-called Hispanics, you out there, you hating your brother. We are the same people.
Right.
You so-called Hispanics and you so-called blacks, y'all the same people.
Bring it out.
Y'all have the same enemy, the same oppressor. Y'all was colonized together. Like you read Jeremiah 50:33.
Right.
Been through the same atrocities. And now it's time to repent and wake up. All right.
That's
So all praise to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. All praises.
Right.
Hey, let's give the IT
team.
Yeah, the IT team. They
team.
did okay today.
They did their thing today.
They did all right.
All praises. Soldier Amsterdam, Soldier Omar.
You know what?
Gave it
love that.
An overstanding
That
ovation.
brother loved that hand clap. He give himself hand claps. He loved that thing. Every time we do this, he just love it. All praises to the Most High. Hey, so tune in next week. Lord's will be on next week. You got the Booster Club. Don't forget to donate to the Booster Club to send the prophets all over the world. And pray for your brothers, y'all. Pray for your leadership. And mean it too in sincerity. Some of y'all pray that we be put to death.
Oh, man. Damn.
All praise to the Most High. All right. So I pray, thank you for tuning into the Natives Hour, home of the 10 tribes. Got FCN coming up shortly.
Where the truth speaks.
Stay tuned. All right.
That's
Don't
right.
forget to share, subscribe, hit that, what is it?
The bell.
The bell button.
The subscribe.
The notification bell.
Share.
All right. Stay tuned. All right. So with that, we say
Shalom.
Teach you to turn that thing up.
Listening to the mirror of my soul. Hope you look into this mirror and see gold. Not cause you arrogant, but more like cause you told. Israel born grade A. Even if we ain't make the honor roll, oh, all praise to the Most High, so great good. For sending his angels down to my neighborhood. Misunderstood, we been wounded and beat, traumatized from the stuff we had to do in the streets. But what you expect after everything that was done? They gave drugs to our parents, of course it damaged their sons. They told us we was inferior ever since we was young, and their system said we wouldn't make it past 21. Subjugation in this wicked nation, the gates of hell won't prevail, even with the odds we facing. The God that we serve, bringing down their devastation. That's why all my real saints gon' have patience. We already know. It's a disturbance inside the matrix. My kinfolk, the most high servants finally awaken. Our MO, reclaiming the heritage that was taken. What you didn't know, we bringing honor back to the nation. My ancestors' memories give me energy. Every time I speak the truth in these similes. I seen people stand up against the enemy and watch their character get assassinated like Kennedy. To infinity and beyond the projects. We were sent to the hood to refine your mindset, but they coming up in opposition against the one that was heaven sent. I guess they did like they medicine, subjugation in this wicked nation. The gates of hell won't prevail, even with the